beyond our galaxy. Beyond our galaxy. We live in a fantastic solar system. Today there are 8 known planets that orbit around one giant star called the Sun. Our solar system is about 2.7 billion miles big. There are 4 inner planets, also known as terrestrial planets. There are also 4 outer planets as well. These outer planets are known also as gas giants. Here's a picture of the 4 terrestrial planets: Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars. These are called the terrestrial planets because they have land mass and are solid planets orbiting the Sun. Here are the 4 outer planets in our solar system: Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune. These planets are gas giants because they have no land mass and are made up of many different kinds of gases. What is so fantastic about our solar system is the fact that everything is just in the right place where they are supposed to be at. And there are many other objects found in our solar system as well. The next few pictures will show these objects: moons, comets, asteroids, dwarf planets. Mercury, first planet from the Sun and the smallest one as well. Distance from the Sun, about 35 million miles away. Named after the Roman god of commerce. Size, 1,516 miles big. Orbit time around the Sun, 88 days. Temperature, daytime, 801 Fahrenheit degrees hot. Nighttime, negative 270 degrees Fahrenheit cold. Length of a day, 56 days, 15 hours, and 30 minutes. Chemical makeup, 42% molecular oxygen, 29% sodium, 22% hydrogen, 6% helium, and 0.5% of potassium. Mercury is also known as an inferior planet as well. An inferior planet means these inner planets are smaller than the gas giants. Planet Mercury is in a gravitational lock orbiting the Sun. A gravitational lock is that the Sun has complete hold on the planet and it cannot escape the Sun's gravity. Here's a picture diagram of how the planet Mercury is made up of. Here once again is a comparison of the 4 inner planets and their size. Here's a comparison picture of Mercury and Earth's moon and how similar they look like each other. Mercury is slightly bigger than the Earth's moon. Mercury, 1,560 miles big, and Earth's moon is 1,079 miles big. We will now briefly look at 3 interesting things on Mercury. 1. Beethoven crater. 2. Abyddin crater. And 3. Weird terrain. Beethoven crater, the 11th biggest known impact crater in the solar system. Abyddin crater, 68 miles big. Mercury's weird terrain. On November 3rd, 1973, Space Probe Mariner 10 was launched into space to fly to planet Mercury. Mariner 10 was an 8-sided robotic space probe. When the wings were fully spread, it was 8 feet long and weighed 175 pounds. Mariner 10 was the first space probe to visit Mercury. Its mission was to study the environment of Mercury. After Mariner 10 visited Mercury, it was slingshot out into the universe in 1974 with a gravitational assist from Jupiter. On August 3, 2004, Space Probe Messenger was launched into space on board this Delta II rocket. Messenger's mission was to map Mercury and study other things about this planet as well. Total cost, $450 million. It operated from 2011 to 2015. Messenger's mission ended on April 30th, 2015 when it crashed itself onto planet Mercury, completely destroying it. Here are some awesome pictures of planet Mercury for you Earthlings to enjoy viewing. We now travel to our next planet in our fantastic solar system, planet Venus. Venus, a terrestrial planet from the Sun. Distance from the Sun, about 67 million miles away. 0 moons. Size, 3,750 miles big. Planet Venus is called by the Romans the goddess of love. Length of a day, 116 days and 18 hours. Temperature, 876 degrees Fahrenheit. Orbits the Sun, 225 days. Chemical makeup, 96.5% carbon dioxide, 3.5% nitrogen. Other chemicals on Venus are sulfur dioxide, water vapor, carbon monoxide, and neon. Mariner 10 space probe was the first probe to visit Venus before moving on to Mercury. It took just 3 months for Mariner 10 to reach Venus. Venus is plagued with what is called the greenhouse effect. The greenhouse effect is the trapping of the sun's warmth in the lower atmosphere, which cannot escape the planet's atmosphere. Planet Venus is therefore a hellish kind of place to be on. No Earthling can live on this planet at all. On March 1st, 1982, the Russians launched Venera 13 into space on board a Proton-type rocket like this one. Venera 13 travels through space and makes it to Venus in about 4 months. Venera 13 was to land in the region called Phoebe Regio. The Venera 13 lander descends upon planet Venus and begins a fantastic adventure on this only surface visit of a space probe. Venera 13 was supposed to transmit pictures back to Earth for about 32 minutes. Earthlings got a special treat to see Venus service for about 127 minutes instead. The next 3 pictures show just what kind of place Venus is like. Here's a comparison picture of planet Venus and Earth. Venus is also known as the evening and morning star, seen in the next 2 pictures. Venus is the morning star. Venus is the evening star, as seen here. We now will briefly look at some awesome pictures of planet Venus to enjoy viewing. We now visit our next planet in the fantastic solar system and everyone's favorite called Earth. Earth. Earth is located about 93 million miles away from the Sun. Earth has one moon that orbits it. It has 7 continents, 5 oceans on it. Population about 7 billion Earthlings. Earth's moon is about 238,000 miles away from the Earth. The Earth's moon affects such things on the Earth like its oceans of water. These species called human beings are the only known species of intelligent life that can communicate with each other. There are other kinds of living creatures, however, that live on Earth like humans, but cannot verbally communicate with words, seen in the next few pictures. Animals, insects, mammals, birds. Earth is 3,959 miles big and tilts on a 23.5-degree angle as it orbits the Sun. The Earth is the only planet that has 4 seasons as seen in the next few pictures. Winter, spring, summer, fall. Earth has many different places one can see and explore as seen in the next few pictures as well. Mountains, oceans, valleys, caves. There are many places on planet Earth that seasonally stays the same. The next 3 pictures will show some of these never-changing places. Winter, Greenland, Hawaii, springtime. Gobi Desert, United Arab Republic, summertime. We now will revisit some awesome pictures of everyone's favorite planet called Earth. This is what makes our fantastic solar system a very special and unique place to be in. Earth is the only planet that can sustain life as we know it today. We now take a look at the last inner planet in our solar system, Mars. Mars is the 4th inner planet from the Sun, about 146 billion miles away. Orbits the Sun 687 days. Size 2,106 miles big. American astronomer S.F. Hall discovered the 2 moons of Mars. These 2 moons were discovered in 1877. Mars has 2 moons. Phobos. Phobos is 7 miles big. It is 5,826 miles away from Mars. Orbits Mars about once every 8 hours. Deimos. Deimos is 4 miles big. It is 14,573 miles away from Mars. Orbits Mars once every 30 hours. Here is a major chemical makeup of the planet Mars. Other chemical makeup of Mars is silicon and oxygen, iron, magnesium, aluminum, calcium, and potassium. Mars is known as the red planet. It looks red because of the chemical makeup being iron oxide. Mars has several fascinating features we are going to briefly look at. These three features we will look at are 1. The polar ice caps, 2. Canals, and 3. Volcano objects. Here is a picture of Mars, which one can see the polar ice cap being located at the North Pole. This ice cap covers nearly 40% of the planet's surface. Water is believed to exist here on Mars at the polar ice caps. Mars, therefore, is the only potential planet where Earthlings could colonize someday. Here are two pictures showing the different amounts of ice on Mars at different dates. The second feature we'll briefly talk about are called canals. Italian astronomer Giovanni Schiaparelli in 1877 observed these features we call canals on planet Mars. Astronomers and scientists believe water had actually once flowed through these canals and it helped to support some kind of life there. Here is a picture example of the canals, which are now considered to be dried up riverbeds. Our third and final special feature to talk about with Mars is this object called Olympus Mons. Olympus Mons is a white-type volcano. It is the highest planetary mountain in our fantastic solar system. Height, 72,000 feet, or 13.6 miles. Here's a picture comparison of Olympus Mons and two other mountains found on Earth. We Earthlings do indeed live in a fantastic solar system. Here is a space picture of Olympus Mons taken from one of the NASA's space probes. Viking 1 and 2 space probes were the first probes to actually land spacecraft on Mars. Here is one of the first pictures of Mars taken by Viking 1 space probe. Here is one of the first pictures of Mars taken by the first Mars rover called Mars Pathfinder Sojourner. Here are some awesome pictures of Mars to enjoy viewing. So relax and enjoy. We are now going to be looking briefly at the center of our fantastic solar system called the Asteroid Belt. Asteroid Belt, located between the two planets called Mars and Jupiter. Located about 204,502,776 miles away from the Sun. There are literally billions of asteroids, big and small, that fantastically stays in orbit around our Sun. Here is a topside view of the asteroid belt that orbits the Sun between Mars and Jupiter. Asteroid Ceres is the biggest asteroid, being some 600 miles big in size. The definition of an asteroid is this: a small rocky body orbiting the Sun. On September 5, 1977, Voyager 1 space probe was launched into space by NASA on board this Titan IIIe rocket. Voyager 1 space probe, seen here in this picture, is the first space probe to make it through the asteroid belt. Here are some awesome pictures of asteroids for you to enjoy viewing in the next few pictures. Indeed, we Earthlings do live in a fantastic solar system filled with endless things to see and study. Here are some more awesome pictures of all the planets to view. So just sit right back down in the easy chair, relax, and enjoy. Indeed, we Earthlings live in a fantastic solar system. Only time will tell what we Earthlings will find when we look up in the night sky and beyond